The Detroit Pistons gave Dwayne Casey 5 years, $7 million per year, equals out to $35 million for his entire contract with incentives as well. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Talking some Detroit Pistons, and don't forget to check the links in the description. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. All those links and usernames are there. I did not like this deal. I did not like, how the numbers crunched out. And this is the same deal Stan Van Gundy got. This is the deal that Tyronn Lue got from what I looked up. And a lot of other coaches not making this much. This is like one of the top deals in the league. I know Doc Rivers got 10 years. He got $10 million per year for 4 years, to an older contract. I think he just tore it up and got a new one. But this is the same deal that Stan Van Gundy got. But Stan Van Gundy had general manager duties and head coaching duties. And I don't think Dwayne Casey is worth this money. And I don't think Dwayne Casey can save this franchise. Pistons ain't a contender, but obviously the one thing I didn't like about this move was how they didn't hire a president of basketball operations / general manager before they hired the head coach. And why that's important is usually the general manager is responsible for handpicking his head coach. A guy that believes in his philosophy of basketball, a guy they agree with on personnel decision moves and stuff of that nature. That's very, very important because the president of basketball operations / general manager makes the day-to-day decisions, the basketball decisions, and he also, is responsible for the roster, and the coach is responsible for coaching the roster up. But if they're not on the same page, got a nice rapport together, the general manager could bring in players that he like, and Dwayne Casey, it just don't fit his offense or his defense or his overall coaching scheme. So the Pistons made a huge mistake by doing that. And a lot of people I was listening to on 97.1 Ticket didn't even care that Dwayne Casey got hired. There was not a lot of callers, not one caller that I heard when I listened to it, that cared about it. It was all about LeBron and his hand injury, trying to, use that as an excuse. The reason why he lost the finals. Nobody was excited about this hire. And people know it was backwards. How do you hire a head coach before you hire the general manager? And that just shows you the Pistons and Tom Gores are stupid. They're not heading in the right direction. And the reason why you would say that they probably would hire a head coach first, because they're not trading nobody. They can't make no moves. This team is set in stone unless they do trade somebody, but they're not willing to trade anybody that's worth any substance. They're not willing to trade Andre Drummond. Okay? They're not willing to trade Blake Griffin or Andre Drummond. They're not willing to trade those guys. They don't have a first-round draft pick. So what does it matter what the president of basketball operations comes in and do if he's not allowed to trade anybody? If he doesn't have a first-round draft pick. So it really doesn't matter. They don't even need a president of basketball operations, to be honest. Because there's nothing you can do with this team. It's nothing that Tom Gores would allow you to do with this team. He wants to keep this core intact like it's a winning basketball team. And it's not. It's not a winning team. This is not nothing better than a 6 seed. And I think that's being nice. I think this is a 7th or 8th seed in the East at best. And I don't even think they're going to reach that. They're acting like Dwayne Casey is a Greg Popovich. He's going to come in here and change the culture and change the offense around. He's not. Because when he was in Toronto, fellas, he had guards. It's a guard league. Now, this is not when Jordan came in the league and Magic and Bird was in the league where it was a big man league. It was Kareem. It was Ralph Sampson for a point in time. It was Hakeem Olajuwon. Then it was Lonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. All these guys came into the league. It was a big man's game. That's why Hakeem and Sam Bowie went before Jordan, because the league was a Giants game. It ain't that. He don't have guards play like Kyle Lowry. He don't have guard play like DeMar DeRozan. He don't have that in Detroit. He got Andre Drummond, who's a sorry defender. Is an adequate big man with a lot of potential. He's young, but he don't defend the basket. Okay? He got Blake Griffin. He don't defend. At least Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan defend and they score and they can shoot. He don't have no shooting on this team, man. For real. He don't have a DeMar DeRozan. He don't have a Kyle Lowry. He don't have a N'Baka. He don't have any bench depth here. He don't have a Van Fleet that's going to come off the bench, or a Norman Powell that's going to come off the bench, or A.G. or Boye, whatever that dude's name is. He don't have that. And this is based on that he developed a young Raptors team. And part of developing a young Raptors team is identifying DeMar DeRozan, drafting him, identifying Kyle Lowry when people had given up on him, bringing him here. That's part of it. Being able to pick guys that fit your system. Picking the Valanciunas and saying, okay, Ibaka, we can use Ibaka here. Jakopoto, we can use him here. He's a big guy with a lot of potential. He had a good general manager and a good eye for talent. He got players that fit his system, not players that he got to make fit in his system with Blake Griffin, Drummond, and Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson ain't no Kyle Lowry, no DeMar DeRozan. Neither is Luke Kennard. Blake Griffin, what does he fit in this? Where does he fit in this team? Honestly, where does he fit? He's a power forward, point forward, man. They should have went younger because obviously, in my opinion, later on, they got to tear this thing down. And if I'm a general manager, I wouldn't touch this job, man. I didn't pick the coach. I can't change the players. I don't have a draft pick. Why would I come here? Why would I want to be the general manager of this job? Why? I have no creative control. Tom Gores will not let me create this, do what I want to do with this team. And that's why Shane Battier walked away from it. He said, no. Why should I be stuck with a team and I'm the general manager and I know change needs to be made and this team won't work? Everybody from the outside looking inside that knows basketball knows that this team is not a winning team. And they paid Dwayne Casey all this money to fire him after 3 or 4 years if he makes it that long. Because he had no choice. He had no chance with this team. It's nothing that he can do. Yes, he built the Raptors up from a team from the ground up, but he's not building a team from a ground up. He's taking a veteran team full of guys who never won anything off their injured, and he's forced to win with them. Won't work. Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate it, man. We're on the push for 1,000 subs. We're going to come back and talk about some more Pistons later today. Probably some Lion talk as well. We're going to have a full day, a full slate of videos. I appreciate it. Share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live. But share. We're almost to 1,000. Appreciate it.